Hey guys, welcome back. So today I am continuing foundation frenzy. Today's foundation is the Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation. This is a newer foundation product. I haven't seen a whole lot of people talk about this, mention it, reviewing it, which is why I picked it up. Plus anything that's a serum foundation I usually end up being a huge fan of, so I've got high hopes for this. I really, and I mean really, loved the Juice Beauty Phytopigment Serum Foundation, and that one was freaking amazing. So like I said, high hopes for this guy. I'm really hoping he measures up. Okay, so let's just really quickly, before we take this guy out of his packaging, let's just run down the breakdown of this foundation. It is 1 ounce. Standard foundation size, nothing new there. It only comes in 10 shades, and right now the Ilia shade, which I have here, which is the shade Formentera, says it's a fair with neutral undertones. And the deepest one that it has is Monsieur, which is a medium to dark with red golden undertones. And it doesn't look extremely dark on camera, on the swatches on the website. It doesn't look extremely dark. This is claiming to be a medium foundation, medium coverage, with a radiant finish. It says it's good for all skin types, including sensitive skin, so again, high hopes. The little, summary blurb says, a complexion perfecting serum infused foundation that is equal parts skincare and color correction. That is why I like the serum foundations. They're color correcting. Today's not a bad redness day for me, so I definitely will be trying this out as well on a day when I've got awful redness happening, which with my luck will be like tomorrow. You know, because that's how it works. This does retail for $54 US. This is what the packaging looks like. Actually, I'm going to insert a picture here, right here, of the Juice Beauty foundation, because this packaging screams the Juice Beauty one to me. I don't know why. Just double checking that I actually got Formentera, which I did. First one here is the Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation in the shade Formentera. Next to it is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation in Fair Beige. Following that is the foundation I reviewed yesterday, which is the Cover FX Power Play Foundation in P10. After that is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 110 Porcelain. The next one is my Lancome Teint Idéal Ultra in 100 Ivoire N. And the final one is the NYX Total Drop Foundation in the shade Porcelain. And it says it's also lightweight and smoothing right here on the bottle. Plain as day. I'm gonna shake this guy. So here's the thing, when it comes to these, I should probably prime first, shouldn't I? I'm silly. I'm gonna use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is my primer for this series. Every one of these foundations is being prepped with the same base, so that there's nothing that can be blamed on the primer, because I like this primer. I know how it works. Yep. It's not that it's my all-time favorite primer. That would actually be the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I think I would probably, whoa, I hit my camera. I think I would probably label that as my all-time favorite, but this one's really good too. It is non-comedogenic, vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. Okay, well, I've given the 10 seconds for this to soak in. I think we are good to go, guys. So this is already, this is already looking very yellow. Although, it's not too far off of this weird ring I have around the bottom of my neck. My neck is, my face and this are kind of close, but my neck here is always like 15 shades too light. Drives me crazy. So I will be using my Flower Beauty sponge today on one side of my face. Probably gonna make it this side of my face, I'm thinking. I do feel like for $54 that the cap could have been a little bit nicer, but whatever. Let's go ahead and try pumping this out. This is probably gonna be really liquidy. Yep, pretty liquidy. Okay. Just going to go ahead and take my fingers. Yep, this is already very yellow. I mean, it blends seamlessly into my hand, but my hand is darker than my face, so this is all absorbing. Like, all of it. Which, I mean, to be fair, serum foundation sponge is probably never the best way to go, but this is just for people's knowledge. Well, that did nothing. It looks a lot better on camera than it does in person. Just really quickly zoom y'all in. You can still see everything. This didn't even neutralize all my redness. Ilia. And all of it is on the sponge. So I'm gonna go ahead, zoom you guys back out. And the next step is going to be doing it with the brush on the other side, because I have a feeling the brush is going to go down really well. And because my other brush is dirty, I'm going to go in with this brush. This is the Wet n Wild flat top kabuki brush. I haven't used this in ages, but this works really well. I have an Atticus fur in my brush. Okay. Picking up what's left of the foundation and just brushing it on my forehead. I'm kind of brushing and then stippling it, kind of, you know, like pressing it in rather than just buffing. I don't want to lose all the coverage. Here's the thing, it looks so heavily textured when I do it with the brush. You know what? This is looking absolutely awful. Okay. Okay, so it's definitely radiant. That was not a lie. It's just sitting on my skin. Like, look at my nose. My nose does not normally look this bad. It's not even adhering to my skin. It's not. This just, ooh. Like, man, look at it. Like, it's just clinging weird. Okay. Here's the thing. This looks absolutely awful. The only place it looks good is on my forehead. So actually, let me zoom you all back in so you can see my forehead. My forehead looks really good, actually. It looks really nice. I mean, this is not looking so great because I've got some breakouts going, but this is all looking really nice. I don't get it. 95% of the time, it's the other way around entirely. Okay, we're gonna try building up with the brush and then smoothing it over with the sponge, because that seems to be the best way of doing this. I'm gonna build this up in this area right there. I mean, the color's not oxidizing yet, which is good. It doesn't, most serum foundations I found don't oxidize, so. Yeah, this sponge just literally soaked up all of the product. This is why you shouldn't use sponges for serum foundations. And I'm barely even touching my face, since I want to keep that coverage as much as possible. I'm also kind of hoping that this dries down a little bit more, just because it's a little too radiant, almost, for my liking. Like, it looks really good from far away. The minute you get up close, oh dear sweet lord, no. I'm definitely gonna need some concealer to cover this redness. I just feel like it is legit sitting on top of my skin. And it looks that way too. Like, it doesn't, I will say this, it does feel lightweight. I feel nothing on my face right now, but right now that is not magical enough for me. So I'm going to really quickly, I'm definitely gonna have to set this because I won't be able to put anything else on top of this while it's wet. Yeah, right now I'm not a big fan. Not transfer proof. You will want to set this. Okay, I'm gonna go finish up my face and then I'll be back in to check with you guys. Okay guys, so I am back. Okay, so I finished up the rest of my face. I kept it all very, very natural. However, I do want to zoom you guys in so you can see. But first, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you the products I used. I set my whole face using this Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This I've been trying out for the past couple weeks. I've been really loving it. I just think it looks beautiful. It always makes my skin look flawless, so I tried pairing it with this today just to see. Yep, that was my powder. My bronzer was the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Nude Bronze Light. I just lightly dusted this on my temples, a little bit on my cheeks, before I went in with this guy, the Makeup Revolution Triple Baked Blusher in Peachy Pink Kisses. I want something that gave a little, as you can see, my highlights very going today. Glowing. My highlights are very glowy. My cheeks are very glowy in general. But yeah, I felt like amplifying the glow, so I went with that guy. My highlighter today is the Dior Nude Skin Air Luminizer in 001. I love these highlighters. I also have a little bit dust on the tip of my nose as well. My eyeshadow today is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Acorn. It's just very lightly put all over my lid. I didn't prime my eyes beforehand, so the color looks a little bit off when I zoom in a little bit more, but you know, I did mention this in, I think it should be up already. If it's up already, I'll link it up here, my ColourPop Top 20 video, which I believe should have gone live by now. So I will link that up there, but this is, my brows are entirely Benefit today. I used the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 2, and then I went over and set my brows using the Gimme Brow in number 1. Brows are a little bit fuller, but to be honest, my brows are growing in, and I'm so happy about it that I don't care. Oh, I didn't mention my concealer. My concealer today is the Smashbox Studio Skin Concealer in Fair. Love this guy. It's great. It did for a minute look really yellow against the foundation, but it's okay. It balanced itself out. We're all good now. My mascara is the Tarte Opening Act Primer paired with my Lancome Monsieur Big. It's been a hot minute since I've talked about this on my channel. Bringing him back out. Decided to finish using him up. He's starting to run out of some product here at the bottom, so paired these two together. Give me such long, amazing lashes. It's mind-boggling. Mind-blowing. The last thing I have is my lip color, which isn't really even a lip color. I'm wearing this. This is the Dior Lip Glow Color Reviver Balm in 001 Pink. I love this stuff. It reacts with your body pH to create a perfect pink for you. I'm not a big fan of pink lipsticks. If we're gonna be honest, they're usually my least grabbed shades. I usually tend to go with reds or nudes when I'm picking a lip color. Actually, that's a lie. Berries. I never really touch berries either, but pinks I feel like can be so hard to match with a look. So when I was doing all this and I went, no, I want something natural, and I went, Dior. These are so perfect. I have to buy more shades of this. So yep, I didn't put any setting spray on my face just because the setting sprays I've been using lately are more oil control, because I kid you not, in my apartment right now it is about 88 degrees. My air conditioning is having some issues, so I'm dying under these lights, and in the 88-degree apartment. It's about like 95 outside right now. Chicago just legit skipped spring and went straight to July. So anyway, yeah, it's about 1 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna check in. I'm planning to wear this for about 8 or 9 hours. I'm probably not gonna wear it any longer than that because I do have work tomorrow. And I have to go to bed early, and I've got so much stuff I have to do before I go to bed after I finish this video. So, oh wait, I was gonna zoom y'all in. So let's just zoom you guys in so you can see how my skin is looking right now. So it's still sitting on top of my skin. I don't know how better else to describe it. It looks like foundation. You know, it's not, my forehead is still the best looking spot on my entire head, although it started to form some lines. Yeah. Like, the minute I'm this far away, you're like, oh, it's okay. Obviously, nothing could cover that. I tried my best to not pick a full coverage concealer today because the foundation's obviously not full coverage and it wasn't gonna look balanced. So this is it right here. That dude right here, not even covered. Not even close. So yeah, I will see you guys in about 4.5, 5 hours. Hey guys, so I'm just out here showing you guys what this is looking like in natural light. As you can see, it's kind of clinging, you know, it's not really settling into anything, but it feels heavier on my face. Shade is obviously just a hair bit too dark. I would have to blend this all the way down my neck in the future. So yeah, my concealer also looks very yellow. I feel like foundation's worn off in here. Either that or I've gotten so flushed in my apartment that my pink is coming through even more than it was earlier, so. Hey guys, so I'm just checking with you guys. It is currently 5:40 p.m. So the foundation's been on for about 4.5 hours, 4 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. I think I said my check-in was 1 o'clock. Yeah, so here's the thing. My foundation, I don't know, I guess I'm just not all that impressed with it, you know? It's obviously too dark. You can see how white my neck is here versus how orange this is all looking. It's definitely clinging a little oddly. There's like, there it goes. As you can see, this is all clinging horribly to everything. And I've got more breakouts going that I didn't have earlier. I had these two earlier, now I've got one here, two here. These have come out of nowhere. I've got one on the tip of my nose now. Nothing is clinging to my nose anymore. Like, it just completely comes right off. The only thing that looks okay is my forehead. And even that doesn't look so great. It's kind of clinging. Even despite setting my face, it's transferring. I don't know, guys. This one is not a winner. And I could definitely tell that the foundation has oxidized in some way because my concealer was not this yellow earlier. No. Like, I could see streaks. Like, I don't know what is happening with this foundation, but it looks absolutely horrible. It's kind of feeling like a new. Okay, well, I'll be checking back in with you guys. Hopefully this will hold up until 8 p.m. It's not looking like it will, though. Hey guys, so I am back. It's officially 9:09 p.m. I've had this foundation on for 8 hours. Let's zoom you guys in so you can see how this is looking. We are getting up close and personal. This is all dried up. This is straight up missing. This is all clumped and gathered really weird on top of my pores. This is all gathered into lines. This is just straight up only highlight at this point. It hasn't rubbed off over here. My nose has legit so much oil coming out of it that I don't normally have. It's all gathered right here. My forehead looks pretty okay. It's settled a little into some lines, but really honestly not as bad as the rest of my face. My final thoughts on this foundation. It feels a lot heavier on my skin now than it did at the beginning of the day. You know, I really like the shade. It didn't oxidize any further than it did in the first like 5 minutes, which is great. It's only a hair bit darker. I bet if I, you know, brought this all the way down to my I call this my collar, on my neck here where I have this dark random patch, I bet if I brought down to me that, it wouldn't stand out as much. It's not too drastically different, but it's enough that I notice it, which makes a difference to me, so, you know. I'd say for this retails for what, $54? I'd pay like $38 for this. I don't think it's worth the full $54 at this point. I'm not really loving it. I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna try it with some other primers, try it in different ways, see if I can get it to work. If I can, it'll be great. If not, you know, it's gonna be near the bottom, if not the bottom of that wrap-up video I'm planning on doing. You know, I had such high hopes for this because I do love serum foundations and how they look on my skin. It's one of the perks of having normal skin is that usually, I say normal skin, that always sounds so weird in my head. Normal skin because I don't have to worry about my skin getting really oily, being too dry, anything like that, because I'm usually in that nice middle ground where most foundations tend to look okay, which is nice for me. it's kind of hard to make decisions on which ones I like more, but I do like it. But considering that this claims to be a medium coverage foundation where it didn't even cover all my redness when it claimed it should, and it didn't even partially cover my freckles, which it should have at least somewhat done since it's medium coverage, it's really low. Like, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 right now. So yeah, right now this is gonna get a 4 out of 10. 10 being really great. I feel like I should say that because I had someone who commented in a video once saying, well, 9 out of 10 is really bad. And I went, do you count 1 as good? I always counted 1 as bad because it was lower, but that's just me. So I'm giving this a 4 out of 10. I think I've got to play around with it more, maybe try with a different primer. Maybe because this is so freaking luminous, it needs to be paired with something that isn't. But I'm not entirely sure, you know? So yeah, those are my final thoughts on this. I'm going to sign off now, and I will see you guys in the next Foundation Frenzy video. Bye!